it cannot be, but it is the legendary Week 35 from Elland, Craft+Tap, where serious matters will be discussed and D&D will be unpicked. This is to my left, the legend of Kai, and the legend of Chris is also with me. And it's to Chris we must turn this week.
Oh.
Chris, last week you produced an outstanding piece of roleplay. You made one character mute, and then other characters who weren't mute started being mute, talking to the other character. It was genius. Absolute genius. Someone had to point out to the other character who wasn't mute that they could speak. So your roleplay went over one character into another.
Infectious roleplay.
And it was a tremendously good moment.
Thank you.
It is my moment of the week. And if I had a hat, I would doff it because it was tremendously good.
We do still need to get Mark a hat, so do give suggestions of what hat you think Mark should have.
I think you should have an Admiral's hat.
Yes, chapeaus, as we say, yes. When Reese, let's call him who it was, then Reese decided he was mute. And someone actually pointed, was it you who said,
I said, Reese,
you're not mute. That was tremendously good roleplay.
I said, Reese, you do know you're allowed to speak.
Yes.
Exactly.
And to give Jacob his due, he role-played the Affliction really well. So double chapeaus to Reese and Jacob, but main chapeaus to Chris.
I believe that gives a little flavour into the game and a little fun.
That was
if you notice the amount of laughter we had while that was going on, it really took off, and it was just because everyone was just having a good time, and it took it away from what a lot of D&D started to become, which is miniatures on grids. And
it's not Warhammer.
It's not where it came from.
No.
And I think going back to that and then putting those twists and turns in just brings it back to its roots a little bit.
Yeah. So the feedback I saw in general terms, and obviously because my phone's always listening, just to let you know, people, Nick Clegg's Facebook is out there getting you, was that there's three things you need to do in D&D, which is there's the war bitty, there's the storytelling and the character playing.
Yeah.
And the book's all about the war bitty.
Yeah.
It's all about the Warhammer and all the rest of it. There's very little guide into how to tell a story, very little guide into how to do role play. But you have to learn, and that was a particularly fine example. Yeah. And I thought, now is the time to go on the record, certainly after the first 30 seconds when no one's watching. What a good job you did.
Thank you.
Do we agree with that?
It was
It was all right. Because we'll now return to knocking lumps out of each other, as we should do. So how did our session end last week? Was there an unfortunate incident with an egg?
Oh, yes.
Well, I'm not even going to talk about that. I can't believe. And do you know what was in that egg as well?
I've no idea.
There was a sapphire dragon.
It was an amethyst dragon.
Amethyst dragon.
See, no one can remember. So what does that prove about players?
That was an eldritch dragon that you could have taken,
Befriended,
and worked out a raise, and you would have had something that may have been quite important and instrumental further down the line.
And what do players do? They break it.
They rushed.
They lose it.
No, it wasn't. No, come on, it wasn't break it.
Smash it.
It was wanton vandalism.
Yeah.
Rushed it. It was high speed. Monk wanted vandalism.
I mean, I reckon it's been less than a minute. It probably isn't all the way dead yet. I could heal it, and then we can cast Manding on the egg and put it back in the egg, and it'll be fun.
Do you know what? I'm actually up for you trying that, because it'd just sit back and laugh while you try and scoop this up.
So what that proves, I believe, amongst all campaigns, no matter what the DM plans, the players will somehow find a way of, let's be generous, going a different route.
Some weeks it's not worth planning.
No.
If you know what's coming up and you know it's going to go multiple ways, it's worth just having a few ideas in your head and then just sitting back and let the fun commence. Because I'll absolutely guarantee you, if you've thought of 3 ways, there's another 2.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
So sometimes it's just not worth it.
Especially with the group of players that we've got. So we've got a range of people who have played much, we've got people who have played a lot, old systems, new systems, all the rest of it. The solution you think is going to be most likely
never comes up. And not only that, but if you're not careful, you can be guilty of railroading, which then...
I don't have a huge problem with railroading. I think sometimes you need to pick up the story and move it from A to the Wizard's Tower.
Oh yeah, I was going to mention the Wizard's Tower.
From A to Wizard's Tower to B.
That was the funniest thing ever. We're not going that way. We're going this way.
And that's fine. Because the Wizard's Tower may or may not be real. We just never know.
What you're saying about, leaving things a bit open brings us to where we are today, because I'm DMing now, and where we left last session was last time I DM'd was the local mob boss had asked you to look into a new gang that's thrown up in the city, and so this week I was like, well, I know what that gang's doing. I'm not going to think about how they can find that out. I'm going to let them figure out that bit.
But to give us a due, we are at a weakness point. Obviously, we don't have Reese for this to do the most ridiculous thing possible, so respect Reese. But we are trying to find our way through.
Trying to think of plans.
It's almost like we need sort of, I don't know, a Columbo or a
sleuth.
What would be an
investigator?
Yeah, but what investigator would you want?
Miss Marple, maybe?
Miss Marple, yeah.
Miss Marple. Okay.
Miss Marple would be quite...
Anyone wants to pro...
Inspector Clouseau, the Pink Panther, or we could have, what's the chap with Murder on the Nile?
Poirot.
With the big moustache.
Poirot, the world's most famous Belgium.
Oh, no, Tintin. Tintin's who you need.
Hang on, let me finish. Name 10 famous Belgians, not including Tintin.
Thank you. It's name of famous Belgians. Tintin, Poirot, Papa Swerve.
Yes, Madame Curie.
Did she go?
She was.
Oh.
There you go.
There you go. So that's 4. Gerrit De Bruyne is the 5th, by the way, for the football fans amongst you, which you'll be legion. So, we had excellent roleplay last week. We left it in a good place. The players not doing what the DM thought, and we're now into another campaign to move it on. Different set of players, but we're rolling on.
Yes.
And that's the way it's got to be. You cannot hold up a campaign because the player's not here. You cannot hold up a campaign because the DM's not here. And that's what makes us, I believe, as successful as a group. Plus, obviously, when we attempt to rig the pub quiz, we're not allowed to. That's another story. We've got characters at 5th level. Apart from me, I'm at 4th. I think 4th and 5th is a really good level because you can do various bits and bobs, your characters established, but it does take a bit to remember what they do.
Yeah, 5th's good because you get that extra attack, don't you? And I always think that extra attack sort of makes it a little bit more exciting. Right.
Yeah. But I think whenever you switch campaigns, you certainly ought to allow for at least half an hour to remember who we are, what we're doing, and how it actually works.
Yes.
Who we killed, who hates us.
Who doesn't like us, who doesn't know, who's after us, who's not after us, all the rest of it.
Having this dust up with a random spy in a back alley is working quite well for that.
Yeah, that's good. It's a good start in
the course for us, I think.
Yeah, in the docks. What else has come across your desk this week, Kai?
Well, the main thing I've been worrying about this week is introducing new characters because we got Jacob switching characters to a elf thing. Warlock, watery bent thing.
Yeah.
No swords yet seen.
Right.
I would use the word moist, but
So, how you're fortunate, or not fortunate, you planned it that we've got a base now with the NPCs to run a secure area.
Yeah.
So that's a good way of introducing people.
Yes, fortunately we left off last time with your after you know location and having told other people that you were going to be there. It made it a bit easy. It made it so that I could have someone tell Jacob's character, "Hey, these guys are going to be here. You should go talk to them."
So the living room is ornate but ill-defined in terms of shape and size. But you are going to find us a floor plan for next week.
Next week's the Halloween.
Oh, next week's the Halloween special, which we'll come on to shortly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then obviously we've got players arriving in different ways. So things we need to know from our legion of fans, and thank you for the 4 thumbs up this week. Let's see if we can get it to 5 with our 3,000 subscribers. How do you introduce new characters? What's the best way you've found to get them into the swing of the party, or do you just drop them in?
And how do you encourage roleplay and leave these grids and miniatures alone for a while just to mix it up?
Yeah. Well, that's what we've got this week, so please respond. It's been week 35, it's been special, and it's good night from him.
Good night.
And it's good night from him.
And give us a beat boop if you're a bot, and see you soon.
Thank you, Algeria.